What's up, family? My name is Jimmie Scott Jr. and in this video I'm going to give you some practical advice and some tips to help you create a positive mindset to become a better person. To guide you into positive thinking, I'm going to start by asking and answering 3 questions. What is a positive mindset? How do I get a positive mindset? And what are the benefits of positive thinking? What is a positive mindset? A positive mindset involves you having an optimistic approach to life. It's a mindset or mentality where you're thinking mostly about the glass being half full rather than being half empty. This means that your mentality is more focused towards solutions rather than problems. So if you're ever stuck thinking only about problems and only about the what ifs of problems, then to have a positive mindset means to look towards hope out of those problems. This is where you are developing resilience to your challenges. So a lot of people who have positive mindsets, they develop a lot of resilience to get through a lot of tough things. And that's very hard for people to do if they don't have a positive mindset, is to get through challenges. That's why a lot of times people set goals that are very, very low compared to their potential because they don't want those challenges, because they may resort back to a pessimistic approach, which is the opposite of optimistic. So to have a positive mindset, you really need to understand what it is. And it's basically having the mentality to think solution-based, solution-driven, results-driven, optimistic approach that things will get better, that things are good versus what you normally would see in a situation. Now, you have a lot of people who are non-realistic in their optimism and they refuse to see things for what they really are. But if you're trying to have positive thinking, then I want to encourage you and give you this advice to develop positive thinking on realism, right? Yes, it may be true that you don't have a lot of money to do what you really want to do in your life. But what's also equally as true is that you have what you need to get started right now. They're both true. So which one are you going to focus your mentality on? Are you going to focus on what you don't have to get started? Or are you going to focus on what you do have, looking towards the future for what you see yourself having in the future? Both of those are 2 different types of thinking, but one is positive. A lot of times people spend their lives thinking about I don't have, or if, or could, should, things like that. I call them the woulda, coulda, shouldas of speaking and thinking. And to change your mind from could have, should have, would have, if, to I believe, will, can, must. Those are 3 different ways of thinking positive that will really transform your character, and it really transforms the way that you think in your life. Positive thinking is about reframing constructs in your mind to start thinking in a more positive, good light. Reframing is a very good thing and technique that you should be using when it comes to your situations, so that it puts things in perspective on how you should be thinking about things. Reframing is very simple with situations of, instead of thinking about what a situation is, you're putting it into practical perspective for logical reasons, to focus on the good of the situation instead of primarily only thinking about the bad. To have a positive mindset, or understanding what a positive mindset is, it's a mentality that reframes. It reframes bad to focus on good. It reframes issues to focus on solutions. It reframes challenges to focus on steps. It's a constant reframing mindset and mentality. So next question, how do I get a positive mindset? I'm going to give you some advice and some tips of some things that I do. And this is not the end all be all of things to help you think positively, but these are just a few things that I truly believe will help you to begin to think positively, to start moving in that direction of reframing your mind. The first thing that I do is I practice gratitude every single day. We have a lot to be grateful for. I have a lot to be grateful for in my life. I've been blessed beyond measures, and I am always thinking about those who are less fortunate than me and the road and journey that they are on, which is very arduous, very tiresome, very challenging, but yet they're still going. There are a lot of people out here who are worse off than you, but are still pushing and still going and still striving to have better, to reach their goals, to change their situation, to solve their problems. And the more that I think about these people, the more that I think about these individuals, the more grateful I become to begin to have a positive outlook for myself. I also like to have gratitude and practice this gratitude with the things that I have overcome, right? Sometimes it's really good to take a step back and think about the challenges that you have overcome. Think about the problems that you have solved. Think about the situations that you have come out of. It's very easy for us to get center focus on the now of what we're dealing with now than it is to think about what we've overcome before that grew us to a point to now. Anytime I'm faced with a situation that I've seen before, I'm always reminded that I've seen it before. I've been through it before. And yeah, it may be different things that I need to do differently now in order to overcome this challenge. I'm still hopeful, right? Hope. That's also a big piece of positive thinking. I am still hopeful that I will overcome this new problem, this new challenge, this new issue that I'm having. I want you to also know that all problems have a solution. And one thing that I do to develop a positive mindset is I focus on the solutions. All problems have a solution in this world. I don't care what the problem is. The only thing is that there are certain problems that we don't yet have solutions to. But together we can figure out these solutions. But there are a lot of problems that you are facing that someone else has once faced before, and there is a solution to that problem. You just have to find that solution, seek these folks out, seek these examples out, and start doing the solutions to your problems. I find that when you are solution driven instead of problem focused, then your mind changes to where you develop a habit of trying to fix problems. Some people don't like to move forward in solutions to their problems, and some people struggle with facing problems. But to develop a positive mindset, you need to face your problems by facing your thoughts. Reframing, like we talked about earlier, reframing your thoughts to think in a more hopeful, faith-based, loving approach to say, you know what, I can do this, I will do this, I must do this. I take no credit for those three. I got that from Eric Thomas. I can, I will, I must. Very good video. I encourage you to go watch that on YouTube. But it's very true. In order to reframe, you need to start reframing your mind to think about what you can do, what you will do, because negative thoughts will keep you in place and keep a lot of your dreams hidden and locked away. It will keep your potential in here. If you never think about and start telling yourself, I will do this and I must do this, meaning that you have to have something that you're working towards in order to start thinking positively to say, you know what, this is something I must do. Instead of making it like, well, it's okay if I do it or don't do it. It's okay if it happens or doesn't happen. No, I must do this in order to achieve this outcome. I want to also give you some advice and encourage you to stand up against fear. See, fear is the robber and stealer of joy. Fear is basically what keeps people from being optimistic or from starting the process to reframe their mind to think positively. Because when fear sets in, the only thing that fear is going to speak to is your doubts. Fear is going to speak to your doubts. Fear is going to pour gas, alcohol, and really feed the flame of stagnation. And fear is really just going to rob you of your joy. It's going to rob you of your happiness. And a lot of times, the first thing that starts for us to start thinking positively starts with our mood. When we are in a happier place, when we feel more hopeful, then it grows. Just a little small glimmer of hope can grow into a very, very huge light in your life and in your heart, to where you start thinking more positive affirmations for yourself. You start thinking that there is, more hope, and then you start taking action, right? So as that little glimmer of light grows, it grows into action, and those actions grow into results. And the more that you do those actions, the more results populate. As those results populate, it transforms your life and the habits of how you think. Really, in order to transform the way that you think, to start thinking from a negative mind to a positive mind, is developing the habits, right? These are the tips that I'm giving you. You need to develop habits of facing fear and facing those thoughts as a result of fear, because fear fuels negative thoughts. When you find yourself afraid of making a decision, negative thoughts will come. And I need you to know that. So as those thoughts come, you need to have self-reflection and realize that that's fear. I'm afraid to make a choice. I'm afraid to say this. I'm afraid to do this. And you need to realize that thoughts are going to come as a result of it. Am I enough? Am I good enough? Do my words matter? Should I say this or should I not say this? Am I important? See, all of those are thoughts, negative thoughts against you that will root themselves in your situation. You have to recognize those thoughts and develop a habit of telling yourself and pushing yourself, because it will be challenging if you haven't done this before, to say, you know what? I'm going to say it out loud, right? I'm going to say it out loud. I am enough. I have enough. I'm not going to let these thoughts continuously put me down to think that I don't have enough money or I don't have enough skills, right? I don't have the qualifications, right, to apply for this job or whatever. You have to develop the habits to talk to yourself, even if it starts by talking out loud. Because for me, sometimes I talk out loud to myself and I'm just like, you know what? We will rebuke that negative thought. Get that negative thought out of here in Jesus' name. And we are going to do this. We are going to move forward. We are going to think on the positive, bright side of this situation, because that's what I choose to think and that's what I want. If you're watching this video because you want a positive mind, then you need to know that you have to speak it. If this is truly what you want and you want to move away from being so depressed or angry or distraught about situations that happen to you in your life and always thinking about the worst of things, then you need to see it and want to be positive. You have to want it. I can't want it for you. The only thing I could do is just give you this advice, give you these steps. You have to want it for yourself. And the moment that you decide, I want this more than I want to be here, then you're going to do these steps and you're going to say, every time that thought comes to your mind, nope, that's not a part of who I am anymore. That's not who I want to be. I am going to do this, and this is where I'm going to focus my mind. And another thing I want to tell you is to start seeking empathy and kindness. Kind people who are empathetic to others and the things that other people have going on develop positive mindset because they're more sympathetic to the situations that people are dealing with. And a lot of times when we see people going through things, we want the best for them. We want them to get better. When people are suffering from health issues, we start thinking about hope. No, you can make it. You're going to get through this. You're going to get better. You know, this surgery will help you. This medicine will help you. Eating right will help you, right? Those are positive mindsets. That's positive thinking. Better, right? Always focusing on better. So when you're practicing kindness to people and you're being kind and you're practicing empathy of really understanding other people's situations that may be worse off than you, it kind of reframes your mind for them, and then also reframes your minds for yourself. Again, kind of going back to gratitude of just how blessed you really are. Think about folks who can't hear. Think about people who can't see. Think about people who have lost limbs. Think about those people. Think about how much better you want for those people, right? They don't have the luxuries that you may have of physicality, of having all of your limbs, all of your fingers, of being able to listen and to hear and to taste, things like that. And so and you want better for these people. Think in that frame of mind, and think about for yourself of having better for yourself, because there are other people who are more fortunate than you are. And we know this, right? We see other people. And instead of being jealous of those people or being envious of those people and thinking about all these other ways that, oh, well, they only got that positive mindset because their life was so perfect or all these other things, instead of putting your mind there, put your mind in inspiration. Right? Use these people, use these resources as inspiration for you to push towards. The same way that these other people who are less fortunate than you are using you as inspiration because they're watching you in your life. Trust me, other people are watching you and how you think. And if you start to think positively, like I know you want to, they will feed from that and you will start giving them hope. Which will lead me to the third and final question that I have for you. What are the benefits of thinking positively? And I'm going to answer that here for you. You are a happier person when you think positively. You develop resilience to challenges. You become an inspiration for other people to look to for hope. You are a light shining in the darkness. There's so much. And there's so many benefits that you gain just from thinking positively that it will supersede whatever your expectations are from the beginning, right? Like some people have expectations when they think positively that, okay, I think I only want to do this just to change my mood. But it's going to do so much more for you than just changing your mood to have more joy. It's going to open doors for you to have an I can attitude in the workplace. It's going to allow you to compromise in relationships, to work towards compromise, right? And continuously trying to develop and cultivate relationships. It's going to help you with parenting. It's going to help you with your skill set and growing. It's definitely going to help you in your own personal development, because I would dare to say that personal development and trying to grow yourself this year starts with positive thinking and positive affirmations. I would dare to say that it starts there. There are a lot of great health benefits to positive thinking. We're talking eliminating stress and reducing stress in your life because you're not worried so much about when things can't work out or if they don't work out. We're talking physical health benefits because now that you've lowered your stress, you're able to allow your body to relax and be in a calm state. You can go work out, right? Instead of like working out with this motive of overcoming, you're working out with this understanding of gratitude and knowing that, hey, I know I look good. I know that things are going to be okay. I know, right? You can go into it with a different mindset of I know, right? And then start working towards what you know, even though it may not look that way right now, but you know, and you're going to continue to think positively, you know that it's going to look differently. And it also brings mental benefits as well, because you're restructuring your brain and you're growing with your mental capacity to handle more problems. Now, I know that might scare you to say, oh, wait, you're telling me that I could have more problems if I start thinking positively? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your ability to be responsible for more things will increase because your mental capacity to understand how to get those solutions will grow. And when that grows, then you'll be able to have more in your life. I'm a firm believer that, whatever season that you're in right now, you're in it for a reason to grow. And you won't achieve more or have more or be responsible and be given more to become a steward over until you grow in the capacity to handle more. Now, I don't think that you would be given more than you can handle. I think there are times where you will be given more than you can handle in your life. But I think when you are given more than you can handle, it's for the purpose of pushing you to grow in the space in which you need to grow. And I think when you are given that thing that is more than what you can handle, you will realize that it's in an area that is very uncomfortable for you, and it is in an area that is very challenging for you, but it will be in an area that you always would have known and would have confirmation from that this is the area that will excel me to the next level. It will always be in an area that if you achieved and if you accomplished it, will excel you to the next level in your life. And I think positive thinking should be one of the first places that you should start to excel in your life. So those are 3 questions that I really want you to ponder, and I really want you to think about those answers on developing a positive mindset. I really think that this video will help you in the contents that was shared. Be sure to replay this video, watch this video over and over, use this video as motivation to really help you achieve your goals and start that process to reframing your mind. I am a certified life coach and have been a certified life coach for the last 3 years. And I'm going to now bring my life coaching business to YouTube. So if you are someone who needs a little bit more one-on-one, right? Maybe you need some step-by-steps, right? I didn't quite give you steps in this video. Maybe you need some step-by-steps, some guidance, right? A little bit more motivation, a little bit more encouragement, a little bit more practicality to break things down, right? I would encourage you from this video, let's set up a free consultation. I am giving free consultations for life coaching, and we can set up a free consultation for you for positive thinking and positive affirmations to get started in your life. If you want to do that, go ahead and shoot me an email to my email address, jimmiejammspeaks@gmail.com. That's JimmieJammspeaks@gmail.com. Again, that's JimmieJammspeaks@gmail.com. Go ahead and shoot me an email. Let's set up a free consultation. Let's talk about some things. Get a little bit of one-on-one. It'll only be about an hour. And let's really develop a plan and put a plan in place so that we can start working towards positive thinking for your life and grow so you can become and achieve all of your goals this year. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button down below and leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts about the video. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos just like this one, and make sure to hit that bell notification so that you're updated every time a new video comes out. I appreciate you for listening and tuning in, and as always, I'll talk to you next time.